Later on, I'm gonna do a pregnancy test for Maddie. But first, I've got a little experiment to try out in the barn. Hey, Maddie. Come on, girl. It's 13 degrees this morning, and what the problem I was running into before is that my milker wouldn't run because the oil would get too thick. But I did put a heater by my milker, so that runs. But then I started running into the problem that the little pulsator on top of the milk bucket would just slow down while she's being milked when it's really cold like this. So I'm gonna try something for that. So it's this part right here that gets cold and doesn't pulsate right and doesn't keep milking her fast enough. It takes extra long to milk her when it's really cold like this. Somebody I know suggested a rice sock, but we don't have a microwave to warm that up, and I'm not about to put it in the oven for half an hour in a glass dish or something. So I got this, a hot water bottle. I'm gonna try sticking it on there, see if it'll stay there and keep that warm enough to keep it milking really well while it's really cold. So you can already hear that thing slowing down. That fits perfectly on there. It gets pinched in between the handle and the pulsator, so that should stay there while she's being milked. Now the question is, will it actually like warm it up enough to like keep it going fast? Now real quick, while she's being milked, I can show you what I've got over here. I did a video about this heater that I did. Can't really see it, it's pretty dark in there, but there's just like this flat, it's like a chicken coop heater that I put in there. And I just put it on a thermostat and keep it in there overnight. And if it's gonna be really cold during the night, plug it in, and the next morning my milker's ready to go. Using a milker does have its pros and cons, but one of the pros is that I'm able to get a few chores done while she's being milked. One thing that I figured out with this milker is when I put the milker on, I need to have it high enough, close enough to her udder that the cups stay on. But it seemed like it took forever for her to get done milking. So I don't know why I tried it one time, but I dropped it down a notch and it like stretched out her udder just a little bit. And then she got done milking much faster. So every day what I do now is right away, I'll have it up high enough that the cups stay on, and I'll let her be milking for a little bit. And once it gets a little looser, I'll drop it down a notch, and she gets done milking so much faster. This hot water bottle worked awesome. It kept the pulsator running at full speed the whole time she was being milked, even though it's really cold outside. I'm gonna drop a link in the description where you can get this thing. This one fits perfectly in here. But now before I go inside, there is one more thing that I wanna do. I'm gonna give my cow a haircut. It is so hard to keep Maddie's udder clean during the winter with all the mud, snow, more confined space. So just trimming the hair on her udder helps so much. I did it last year and waited long enough now. I'm gonna do it again. For you non-udder enthusiasts, this might not mean much to you, but that is one nice udder. Just not having that long hair on there to catch all that mud and stuff helps so much. Even though it's still as nasty out there and everything, it just is so much easier to clean. And I'm still leaving some fur on there so it doesn't get too cold. You can already tell that is gonna be so much easier to clean every morning. Now I'm ready to go out and get a blood sample so we can do a pregnancy test for Maddie. It's been 30 days since I got her bred, so that's enough time that we should be able to get a definite answer whether she's pregnant or not. A little bit of grain, a little bit of alfalfa pellets to keep her occupied while I'm doing this, and some hay. I've already done a couple videos on exactly how to do this pregnancy test, so I'm not going to try to explain everything again. I'll put that video at the end of this one so you can watch it, so you can see exactly how to do this. Basically, we just need to get a blood sample right now, and then we'll take it in and we'll put it on the pregnancy test. I think I'm getting a little bit too good at this. I'm having to do it too often, but wow, the first couple of times I had to do this on a cow, I had to stick her a few times. I'm getting better at it, I guess. See these spots right here? She's starting to lose hair. I'm gonna have to figure out if that's mites or something, but this happens like every year. And it's really weird, like she starts losing hair a lot and it bothers me. And I've tried to figure it out before in years past, and I put stuff on it and nothing really seemed to help. So I have heard that it can just be like something that goes along with this particular cow, whatever. But I mean, it would look like some kind of mange, mites, lice, something like that. I don't know what it is, but I am gonna try to figure it out and see if I can do something about it. Check out my new shirt. This is a Valentine's Day gift from Michelle. She designed it herself and it came a little early, so she said I could have it. This shirt will be available on our Etsy shop, so there will be a link in the description. You can check it out there along with some other hats and other cool More Than Farmer stuff. All right, so what we need to do is get this thing out. We're gonna put some blood on the pregnancy test, and then we've gotta wait about 20 minutes before we can see the results. And like I said, I've got a video about how to do this from start to finish in detail. So if you wanna see that, you can click on it at the end of this video. I've got the blood in here and the wash solution, and now we gotta wait for 20 minutes. While we're waiting for those pregnancy test results, let's go see what the kids are doing. That's cool, buddy. Where'd you get that?
My birthday.
Your birthday? How old are you, Cade?
7.
Cool. So you know how we have some goals for this year on our dream board. One of them is to train Cowboy. There's Michelle, she was on a walk and she's got Cowboy on a leash trying to teach him how to heel. I'm guessing she had a little bit of a frustrating time. How did it go?
He did okay, except like
I
had to keep my arm out here the entire time because he was always trying to go out in front of me, and so now my arm feels like it's gonna fall off, and walking is supposed to be good.
Okay, let's go inside. I think our pregnancy test results should be ready. Okay, haven't looked at it yet. Do you think she's pregnant or not pregnant?
I'm gonna have to say no, I don't think she's pregnant.
That doesn't sound good. All right, I'm gonna give you a second. Comment below if you think she's pregnant or not pregnant. All right. What do you think?
I still think it's no.
She's not pregnant.
Ah, I was right, I knew it.
Oh.
I knew it.
I don't know what to do. Why aren't you pregnant, girl? Getting a cow pregnant is just a really big deal, and it's so important. They need to have a calf every year to stay in peak milk production. At the very least, every other year, but that second year, their production is just really gonna drop. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do now. I don't know if I'm gonna have to try to find a bull to have her with or just keep trying this AI thing. I don't know, it's really discouraging. Cows and calves can just be really difficult and really stressful. We used to raise multiple calves on our cow at a time. After our cow had freshened, we'd put another calf on with the cow's calf and raise 2 at a time. And then once those calves were weaned, we put 2 more on. And that worked great in some ways. We had plenty of calves to either raise for beef or to sell, but it was really stressful. We had some die and stuff like that. And there's just so many things that can go wrong. My dad just found out today, his cow seemed like she'd been in labor for a while and nothing was coming. So he called the vet out and the vet checked, and there was twins inside of that cow, but they were both dead. Real bummer. It's just the way it goes, and it can be rough, it can be discouraging, but it can also be really fun and really great. We've had some really good experiences with our cow, so we just got to keep trying, and hopefully we'll get something figured out to get her bred so we can have another good experience. Because we're more than farmers.
She probably just wants the real thing. She's probably just like wants a bowl.